Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and officially assign the public turn to you. This is due with your portfolio on April 29th. The instructions are in the new syllabus. It's very, very simple. Really, all you need to do is make a creative presentation that repackages your essay argument into a new form. There's no length requirement, but if you do like a video or a song, it should really be no longer than 3-ish minutes. You also must create it on your own. Please don't just find a YouTube video that's already on YouTube about your project topic. That happens sometimes when people misunderstand the instructions. This is your creative project about your specific thesis, not about your topic, about your thesis. So here are some examples of these that have been successful. I've had students make a pamphlet for a new organ donation program at a hospital. Her thesis was that nurses need to be trained how to sensitively talk to families about organ donation. And so she made a pamphlet to explain to nurses how to go about doing that. I've had a student make a choose your own adventure game about choosing between medical narcotic painkillers or opiates and medical marijuana. So as a character, we were led through the process of choosing between taking opiates and potentially abusing the opiates that our doctor gave us, or choosing medical marijuana. I've also gotten a board game about navigating college loans, a video about the plastic wasted by a person in a day, a short story about relationships during the Civil War, and a country song about feminism in the South. I've also gotten things like poems about racism. And once I even got a sample of a training that sororities and fraternities could do about racial sensitivity in South Carolina. So that one was really interesting. I've provided examples and links for you to click here, and I'm going to go through them since we have some time. First, we've got a video about consent on campus. These students, I'm not going to hit play because that'll just be noisy and weird, but these students created an on-campus movement to educate students about consent. So they made a video about it. They also made, it looks like t-shirts, but I think a hashtag. You can do that. You can make a plan for an on-campus movement. Clearly, you're not going to be able to go on campus right now, but you can still make a plan and submit your plan, and that will count. Here's another one that is not from a student, but I think is really interesting. You can find any number of cheap make your own, choose your own adventure or multiple choice game things on the internet. Actually, most of them are free. I don't even think you have to pay for it at all. But this one is one that teaches somebody workplace first aid. So you answer the questions. You could put in your own thesis and lead people through making what you believe are the right choices. Those are always really successful and students like them a lot. Here's another one. It's an ad campaign by the Ad Council about how fathers should be involved in their children's lives. I specifically wanted you to see it because there aren't really words in it other than, I think, take time to be a dad today, or 7 in 10 dads report they could use tips on being a better parent. But it's mostly visual or paired with hashtags. So you see these dads having fun with their kids, their children look happy and well adjusted, and it's nice. So the reason I show you that one is that ad campaigns are often very successful. If you wanted to make an ad, you would only need to make one. You wouldn't need to make that many. There's also an infographic for cruise ships. I found this cool one about how cruise ships in the future can reduce their waste. You can make a poster like that, pamphlet like that. Students do those a lot. And then I'm sure you guys have seen this, but there's been a viral dance. Sorry. This viral dance about measures you can take to prevent coronavirus. These boys, they do like a cute little dance and everybody seems to like it. You could do something like that. TikTok is really big right now. So those are some examples of things that you can do. Obviously, you will be doing them on a smaller scale because you're very limited in what you can actually go outside and do right now. But if you have an idea, let me know and I'll help you figure out a way you can do it. So, what should you do for your public turn? Literally whatever you want except for write an essay or make a PowerPoint. You can't write an essay, can't make a PowerPoint. Other than that, you can do pretty much anything. You do have to include your argument, so not just your topic, but your actual thesis statement. So for example, if your paper is on environmental waste caused by cruise ships, your whole entire project can't be just statistics about environmental waste caused by cruise ships. You have to include your thesis. So if your thesis is that cruise ships should be banned, you have to include that. If your thesis is that cruise ships have to switch to entirely solar power, you have to include that. Afterward, you also need to write a 500-word reflection explaining why you made the choices that you made in your public turn. And I'm going to show you where this is on the syllabus so that you don't have to keep coming back to this video to figure it out. So here's our new course instructions. I think it's marked syllabus on your thing. It explains what the public turn is and what you should put in your reflection. So you can always come back here if you have questions. Right, so next time, I just want you to be aware that peer review is coming up next week. It is, I want to say the 15th or the week of the 15th or the 13th and the 15th. But you should be working on your essay and you should be ready to help your partners. I'll be giving you your partners soon and you won't be able to choose your own partners. And that's everything you need to know. Please take the public turn seriously because it is a major assignment, so it is a major percentage of your grade. And let me know if you have questions. Also, next week's discussion board will be dedicated to the public turn, so you should be able to ask questions there as well. All right, I'll talk to you later.